The only no-loss casino in the entire industry. No-loss casino. Let's talk about that. What's going on, guys? My name is Steven and I am not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. I hope you guys would like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for future notifications as we talk about Resorts World today. The rough, rocky start of Resorts World. What's going on? People are quitting en masse. Dealers are upset. They're running through their property with pitchforks and Molotovs. No, that's not happening, that last part. But yeah, they actually did have some people quit the property. People are reporting filthy, dirty rooms. They say it looks like a prison. The restaurants are terrible. It's taking me an hour to get my car at the valet. What the heck is happening here? And what about this profit casino where you cannot lose money by gaming at the casino? Your only chances are to win. What does that pertain to you, or is it just a special situation? Yeah, this is all happening. It's interesting. So yeah, hit that bell for future notifications and leave us a comment below. What do you think of Resorts World so far? Is it still impressive? I don't know. You tell me in the comments below. I'll tell you my personal opinion. I think it's an impressive property, but I've not stayed in the rooms. I've not waited an hour for my car in the valet, but how are they going to fix all this? And yes, it will get fixed. So this is not a tear down Resorts World video. And yeah, so we're also going to ask you the question, would you game at a profitless or a profit guaranteeing casino where you cannot lose any money, at least walk out at even break even winner chicken dinner? So if you guys want to support the channel further, we have Patreon and channel memberships. Those are great ways to do it. You get your name in the credits. You get extra stuff in the Patreon. You get your little badge next to you in the chats if you're on the channel memberships. We also have VegasFaceMask.com. My wife makes these. These are solid black, so if you work in a business somewhere and you're just so tired of the ones that fall down your face or bend your ears back, 2 for $25, VegasFaceMask.com. We also have many other designs. You got to wear these if you're flying on an airplane or riding on a bus. And if you're worried about that, they're Lambda or Delta variants. Hey, do you want to see a video? You tell me if you want to see this video, because I can go over the numbers. I can tell you how Nevada has become like ground zero from everything. You tell me if you want to see that video. You want to see an actual update on COVID in Las Vegas, because it is still a thing, but it's probably going to be a thing from now until the end of time. It looks like it's the new version of the flu. Who knows, right? Got to watch what I say. That they're YouTube content restrictions. Okay, Resorts World. What's going on with Resorts World right now? There are some serious issues if you read some of the reviews. Now, people have this tendency, though. I have to put an asterisk next to this. They hate on things. That's the human nature, man. People like to really be the loudest, most angriest person in the room. They use negative words like scam. They use horrible words to get you to click on a video. And I've seen some pretty bad ones out there. One video I watched was something called like the Resorts World scam. I won't even honor them by putting the video. I was going to do a reaction to it, but I don't even want to drive traffic to their channel because they just complain about everything in the whole entire property. A property that's been open less than a month and they're ripping it apart. But there are some glaring problems. There's the problems of people staying at the front of the property facing the strip, looking like they're kind of in a prison cell because of that giant, huge display screen in front of Resorts World that you saw on the title card here. I was wrong. I thought that screen was going to be more transparent, and it does kind of look like you're in a prison, but there is giant cutouts in it to argue, so you do get that strip view. People saying that their rooms were filthy when they checked in. People saying that there was fingerprints on everything. People saying all these things about the room stay and experience itself. People saying that the valet took over an hour to get their car. People saying that the cashless methods in the food court are very bad. They can't wait for their food, and oftentimes restaurants are running out of food. And then you have the dealers quitting on the property. Dealers are quitting. Dealers went to this property with the promise of big tips, and they're not getting their big tips. But we have a bit of a solution for most of this stuff. Now, first of all, Resorts World with that digital display, I don't know if they're going to have to take that down or change it. There are options to do these kinds of displays. Over at the T-Mobile Arena, for example, you have a display that's much more transparent. This one here should have been more transparent from the get-go. They weren't really thinking about the reviews on that. They were just thinking, we're going to have the coolest looking property on the strip and be able to advertise all the way down to the Mandalay Bay, essentially, because of how big our screen is. Okay, fair enough. When it comes to the restaurants running out of food shouldn't happen, but I don't know if you've noticed lately, but you go to the grocery store. I was trying to buy pasta last night. The whole entire pasta aisle at a Walmart, of all places, was decimated. So welcome to 2021, kids. There's a food shortage and massive inflation is coming. I'm not going to get into it. I'm not that kind of channel, but yeah, that could happen, especially when one of the places is a Filipino lechon place where it takes several hours to make one item and then they sell out of it really quickly. But when it comes to dirty rooms, that's not excusable. The rooms shouldn't be dirty. It doesn't seem to be a trend. There's not like 1,000 different Google reviews with people saying this, but fingerprints on things, like these are things that you just have to take extra TLC with. These rooms should be spectacular. over the top, pristine from the minute that you check in as part of the guest experience. And as for dealers quitting, that's going to happen at any property. I know somebody who was telling me about the Cosmopolitan's grand opening where the dealers all signed up. They wanted to be employed. They said that their tips were too low, that they left the property, and 6 months later, the Cosmo was now the biggest tipping property in the entire city. Some people are saying this is because of the cashless gaming, and it very well could be because of cashless gaming, I suppose. People not carrying cash are not inclined to give tips to the dealers, and apparently the dealers are actually now demanding some kind of equity stake and some kind of guarantee to the tips that they were promised, or else they are now all going to quit. But you know what? For every person that quits, there's somebody else that wants a job. So hopefully they get some talented dealers over there so you have a top-end guest experience. Valets are too slow. You remedied that by hiring some people. So what I'm saying is it's going to take some months for them to really get up. And I'm not being an apologist for the property. I'm just telling you that this is par for the course when casino properties do open. Not everything is going to be running as smoothly as it could, especially since they opened this in such a rush. But the cashless gaming thing, that's what we have to talk about right now in this video if you made it this far. So there's a patent that was filed way back in 2009. And this patent right here is on my screen, and you can see it's a patent for a method of no loss casino gaming. And so this patent method of no loss casino gaming, this is something that's important to people. This is something that could really help people. It's basically a casino gamer wagers money. If they lose money, they lose money. If they win money, they win money. But if they lose the money, they're guaranteed not to walk out there with anything out of their pocket over time, because over time, the casino is going to invest the money that they made off of the gamer, and they're going to go ahead and invest it into a high yield bond or some kind of investment that makes money over time. And then over time, they're going to cut off a piece of that investment back to the gamer. So this right here ties into what I think is the strategy of Resorts World this entire time, which is for them to go ahead and dominate the strip and make sure that they are pulling as many high rollers over to the property as humanly possible. Resorts World has said in the past they don't really care about making money off of gaming, but it's like this. You can sell a million things to a million people for $1 and make $1 million, or you can sell one thing to one person for $1 million and make $1 million. One of them takes a lot more effort, and the spoiler alert is that it's not the $1 million to one person. It's not that. It's actually a million people and taking the money slowly. So the sale is the sale no matter what. If they're going to make their money off of gaming, they're going to be targeting the high rollers because they know how to deal with high rollers based on what they've done in Malaysia and Asia and other parts of the world. So by courting them over this way, you might have people that are gaming at the Wynn, the Venetian, the Encore that have massive amounts of losses that are high rollers that might consider coming over to the property if they're guaranteed to get their money back over time. Of course, not all investments are guaranteed, and we all know that. 2008 taught us that. Even companies like Apple and Google fell in 2008, but they always come back. So this is a long-term strategy that Resorts World seems like they're ready to employ in order to try to actually siphon high roller gamers off of everybody else. Will this pertain to you or me? I mean, I might lose $20 in a casino if I game ever. You might lose 500, you might lose 1,000. I imagine this is only going to really pertain to the higher rollers because it's a massive amount of paperwork and a massive amount of logistics to do it with everybody. But at the same time, again, if they're going to pull over those high rollers, it's going to damage those other companies. And if they can pull high rollers into their fray, they might be in a good position down the line after they fix all of those experiences with the guests, of course, because you can't have that much bad publicity. This property right now has 4 out of 5 stars rating on Google. That's actually pretty low for a high-end property like this. I imagine they're going to want to fix all that. But just so you know, Resorts World, I have to give you a heads up, okay? You don't fix all that by posting the same canned response to everybody who has a problem. They have been posting the same canned responses to people every single time they have an issue. And the issue is, thank you for expressing your concerns. We will be sharing your feedback with our teams to help enhance our service and ensure we meet your expectations the next time you visit. That's the same response that they've posted dozens of times. Make it an individualized response, guys. We're human beings. Otherwise, I think Resorts World is still a property that you should check out, but you tell me in the comments below if you think that it should be checked out. If you've seen the property and you're not impressed, or you've seen the property and you are impressed, let me know in the comments below. We try to keep it as balanced and neutral as we possibly can here. I'm not here to be a cheerleader for any one property. I will call out the good things that a property has done as well as the boneheaded things that they have done too. If it means that one day I'm not welcome in the properties, I'll let you know about that, and then you guys can make your decision about where you stay based on that information too. do. So that's my video, and I'm sticking to it. Once again, my name is Steven, and I am not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. If you made it this far in the video, you notice my camera is a little bit different. I'm actually using the front-facing camera of the Mac as well as this Yeti stereo microphone. That's why the sound sounds so good. But you know what? I had a bit of a problem with my main camera. I didn't want to miss a video today. It's been a couple of days. I got to get back on them. Let's get back to business. I don't have no time to mess around. What is this? All right, now's the time in the video where I say 3, 2, 1, click. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, and click.